October 1st would remain a special day for Nigeria. It's the day Nigeria gained independence from the British Empire and became a sovereign nation with the power to do as it may. Before independence, Nigeria had some form of freedom but could not be exercised without authorization from the British Queen. It was just like the case of a prisoner under house arrest who could move about a restricted house pretending to be free but could not move out of that particular house. Nigeria may have had its independence on an easier platform, devoid of the violence that plagued other African nations who solicited for independence, such as South Africa, who were under apartheid. Nigeria has been described from other quarters as the lucky nation that received its independence on a platter of gold. This isn't entirely true, as there were some men who put their entire life and that of their family at risk to solicit for Nigerians' independence. Today in Connect with Nigerian's 54th anniversary, Hit Culture Space will honor these three men who dedicated their lives and even died for the proclamation of independence in Nigeria and beyond that, its significant growth. These men crossed culture and ethnicity and saw that Nigeria was free and united. First of them is Sir Ahmadu Bello. Sir Ahmadu Bello is reckoned as one of the most prominent political figures in Nigeria. Alhaji Sir Ahmadu Bello was born on the 12th of June 1910 in Raba in Sokoto State. He was inevitably born with a silver spoon in his mouth, as his family was believed to be the founder of Sokoto Empire. Ahmadu Bello had his earlier education in Sokoto Provincial School and later at Katsina Teachers Training College. His political stint began in 1934. He became the district head of Raba and was later promoted as the divisional head of Gusau City. After his return from England, Ahmadu Bello became the representative of the Sokoto province in the House of Assembly. In the year 1954, Bello became the top premier of northern Nigeria. His efforts to unify the different tribes of Nigeria received good response from different parts of the country. On 15th of January 1966, he was assassinated. Second of them is Chief Nnamdi Azikiwe. Chief Nnamdi Azikiwe was born on November 16, 1904. He was one of the leading figures of modern Nigerian nationalism who became the first president of Nigeria after Nigeria secured its independence from United Kingdom. He was popularly called Zik. After obtaining his master's in 1933, he took up the position of editor for African Post in Ghana, and that's where his pro-African agenda started. He returned to Lagos and started Zik Group of newspaper in 1937. After a successful journalism enterprise, he entered into politics. In 1952, he was elected to the position of Chief Minister, and in 1954, he became Premier of the Eastern Region. On November 16, 1960, he became the Governor General and later President of Nigeria in 1963. He was deposed after a coup in 1966. He died on May 11, 1996 in Enugu State after a protracted illness. On number 3 is Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Chief Obafemi Awolowo was born in 1909. He was a Nigerian nationalist, a political leader, a principal participant in the struggle for Nigerian independence. He was born in Ikenne. He received his early education in Ikenne, Abeokuta, and Ibadan. He returned from London with his law degree and began his political journey in earnest. He stood for the Yoruba race and ensured the welfare of the Yoruba people and indeed Nigeria as a whole. He was highly critical of the British rules and dominance on Nigerian soil that he coordinated people and demanded for the proclamation of Nigeria's independence from the British rule. He became Premier of the Western region and later Minister of Finance under General Yakubu Gowon's government. He was quite vocal and his voice remains prominent till date. These men stood for their tribes and indeed Nigeria as a whole. They ensured the voice of their people became heard and demanded that Nigeria became free from colonial rule. Nigeria would eternally be grateful to them and posterity would never forget them. Chief Obafemi Awolowo adorns the 100 naira note. Chief Nnamdi Azikiwe adorns the 500 naira note, while Sir Ahmadu Bello adorns the 200 naira note. We salute these great men today and remember them as Nigeria turns 54 years old tomorrow.
Lagos Racecourse is the scene, and it's the afternoon of Nigeria's great day, with thousands awaiting the climax and resolved to relish every minute leading up to it. Princess Alexandra, with Sir James Robertson, the retiring Governor-General, must have enjoyed the whole jubilant atmosphere of the occasion. A first-class show was put on for the benefit of spectators. Entertainers fairly let themselves go, tumbling head over heels with delight. Celebrating, however, as we all know, can be a bit exhausting. The princess was received with yells from the kids. Her friendly charm had quickly made her very popular. It was as the representative of Her Majesty the Queen that Princess Alexandra of Kent returned in the evening. She was about to hand over Nigeria's constitution. And presently, quoting the Queen's own words, she was to wish Nigeria a great and noble future. This was the moment for which the country's leaders, in partnership with British authority, had patiently worked. The Nigerians themselves emphasized that all has been done in friendship, and that friendship will continue. Meanwhile, top-ranking Nigerians, wearing their finest robes, watched in dignified silence as the climax of Independence Day was reached. In handing over the documents to the Federal Prime Minister, Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Her Royal Highness handed over sovereignty to a new nation. The Union flag flying for the last time. Princess Alexandra was present, of course, for the final ceremony that took place on the stroke of midnight. This was the dramatic takeover by the new nation's own green and white flag. The next day came the state opening of Parliament. Princess Alexandra, wearing a white embroidered gown and a diamond tiara, entered the chamber where 350 senators and representatives and many guests had assembled. This was the first session of the first Parliament of the new Nigeria. Dr. Azikiwe, President of the Senate and Governor-General Designate, addressed the Princess, asking her to open Parliament by reading the speech from the throne.